Good morning, tube Uber tubers. It's the old soldier coming at you again from Robeson County, North Carolina. On day whatever it is of the quarantine or isolation, whatever the heck you want to call it. Of course, back there, folks, we got Old Glory flying high. We shall prevail through this, folks. I just wish, the hysteria of it all would just stop. Really kind of getting sick of hearing the same old song and dance. A lot of the things are spouting, but anyway, folks, enough of that. Of interesting note, and check this out for yourselves, folks, but apparently the illustrious senior senator from the state of North Carolina got himself into a little bit of, you can call it controversy. Liquidated or dumped, whatever you want to call it. About $1.72 million worth of stock. There is a rumor, let's put it that way. I haven't been able to find this yet, of him doing a video where he's all cheerful and glee with one group of individuals, and then he can be heard in a private conversation with a high-end donor about, hey, this is going to be worse than what it is. May need to take some precautions to protect your assets. And I'm not mad the man sold his stock. Given the way the market is, there's a lot of people doing that right now. But because of his position, he potentially had information that only a select few would have. And given that, and to do what he did, he was wrong. I don't care how you shake a stick at it. You can call it what you want. Some people call it insider trading. I don't care what you call it. What the man did was wrong, period. End of discussion. And I hope when all the dust settles that Mitch McConnell calls the man to the carpet and holds him accountable. And why is this important to know? Because Senator Burr is the chairman for the Senate Intelligence Committee. So, there you have it on that end, folks. That's why I believe that when our politicians get elected to go to office, that they're one-term limits, too. Outside of their congressional salaries, anyway, they need to have closer scrutiny to some of the people they talk to when they interact daily. Okay? And it plays right into the whole go to Congress poor, come out rich narrative. That we, the American people, need to put a stop to that. Now, I'm not against any person making a fortune. It's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if you're a duly elected official who's supposed to work for the people, you going up there and getting rich, and yet the districts that you represent, the states that you represent, are still in a state of disrepair and chaos and just squalor. Yeah, I'm talking about San Francisco, Baltimore, parts of Philadelphia, some of Mississippi and Louisiana, Chicago, parts of New York City, even to this day. My whole point I'm getting at is that they go up there and they make a career of this, but yet the people that they represent, you go back to those districts, there's a young lady running for Lord, man's name escapes me now. A gentleman that just passed away not too long ago from Baltimore, Maryland. Anyway, there's a young lady by the name of Kimberly Klasick that's running for his seat as a Republican, and she's been doing a pretty good job campaigning. You can check her out on Instagram. And she's been going into a lot of those areas where this particular gentleman, you know, is in Congress 20, 30 years. And in interviewing some of the people, you know, none of anything that was ever promised to him was ever fully delivered or fully implemented to the benefit of the people. So, got that going for him, folks. But anyway, we're just out here on the old home spread, just hanging out like a hare in a biscuit. Just trying to survive like everybody else, I reckon. I'm going to attempt the first grass cutting of the season this morning. That ought to be interesting. But better do it now while the ground's just a little damp and that pollen's still down. But anyway, like I said, we're still here. Old Glory's still flying. Folks, we're all going to prevail through this. We're going to get through it. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. People just got to stop panicking. The news media needs to stop spouting out sensational stories just for the fact of a sensational story. That brings on something else I want to cover. The news. See, we're down in Robeson County, for some reason, when you get cable, your local news outlet is Myrtle Beach. Don't ask me why. I'm in North Carolina, but my local news comes out of Myrtle Beach or Florence, South Carolina. Long story short, I got them on my Facebook feed. Former governor of South Carolina tests positive for the coronavirus after recent visit to Canada. And that's relevant how? Somebody explained to me how him going to Canada and coming back and having the virus is relevant to news. I don't see it. I just don't see it. You know, I ought to be, if that's the case, I should start polling my neighbors. You got the coronavirus? You got the coronavirus? Well, today down here in Robeson County in the little town of Parkin, Cooter Brown reports he didn't have the coronavirus, but he had something floating in the toilet bowl that scare you. Yeah, that's relevant, right? No, it's not. And that's kind of how the news is with this, with celebrities coming down. Oh, I'm positive or I tested. I get it. They're celebrities. Good for them. But it's not relevant to the larger argument of the news here, folks. But anyway. Oh, by the way, I hope y'all like my little second video yesterday of the coronavirus. We're going to get through this, folks. Just lean forward in the foxholes, we used to say in the Army. Stay focused on what you got to do. Take care of yourselves and your families. And we'll come out of this. And I'll see all of y'all on the other end. Until tomorrow, my friends, God bless. Take care. It's Old Soldier out.